Hello, welcome to this week's vlog. I always feel like I end up starting them in my kitchen. If you watched my last vlog, you'll know that I was saying I was a bit worried about Harry, one of my cats. Oh, there's Jack. And I'm really worried now. So to give you some context, you know when you just know your pets, right? And Harry is a tabby cat and he's very sassy and I've always said that I think he's part Bengal because he's very vocal, he's very demanding, he's like the hunter, he's always out going catching birds and mice and whatever. And I noticed like the other morning, it was the only way I can describe it as if he was like depressed. And because he was still like, he wasn't really eating, he's dead fussy about like wet food anyway, but he was having some treats and I put tuna out for him and he was eating the tuna and that was fine. And then I kind of thought, because what night was it? He'd got me up as per usual and I thought, oh that's him, like he's back to normal, and I was using like the little laser pen and he was chasing it was fine. And then yesterday morning I noticed that he was doing the whole thing of like sitting on the floor, just sitting there, kind of staring into space. And then, but then when Emma was around doing my lashes, he does this thing because he knows that he's not meant to do it. He always does it to get my attention. He goes up to the TV and he tries to get like the cables and stuff. He was doing that. He was knocking over my healing crystals, whatever. So I thought, you're at it. But then, sorry, I keep looking because I don't know where he is. Usually when I get home, they both are here. But this morning, he was lying at the bottom of my bed and he was just sleeping. Which again wouldn't normally be out of character or whatever, but just because I know that he hasn't been right, I was kind of a bit worried. But when I was petting him, like I could hear him purring, because I now, when I think of when Jack was ill last summer, like he was so lethargic, didn't move at all from the sofa, didn't purr, didn't eat, didn't do anything for about 24 hours. So the fact that when I was petting Harry he was purring, I was like, yeah, that's okay. And then when my mum come in, I was like, can you just like look at him and think what you think? And she was like, oh, he's just, I think he's just tired. And then I had to go to the gym, because if you don't know, like I also work as well as having my skincare business. I'm a personal trainer. So I had to go to the gym, but mum was here. And I texted her and I said, when you left, how was Harry when you left? And she went, he was outside when I left. Now, I'm not entirely sure when that was, but that was like after lunchtime. And in between times, because I've got a cat flap, he could have came in and out, but there's something, I don't like it, I hate it when they're not well. So this is the start of the vlog. I should just call them the anxiety diaries really, shouldn't I? Update, I found Harry's in my cupboard, but I have phoned the vet and booked him in for 9 o'clock tomorrow morning because I took him in some tuna and he just turned his nose up at it. And any time that, like, I think anytime a cat stops eating, it can get quite serious quite quickly. I just hate it when they're not well. I am so confused with this cat. He's just came through to the kitchen, had some tuna, then had some biscuits and treats, and is now eating his food. What is going on? But at least he's eating. I actually think he might be depressed, you know. So good news. Harry's blood test came back clear and the vet reckons that he's got a little bug. £284 litre. But I just thought I didn't want to take any risks after everything I went through with Jack last year, so she said the two options were get blood tests just to make sure there's nothing going on, or give him something to bring, because you had a wee bit of a high temperature. Give him something to bring his temperature down. But I just thought, no, I went to get the blood test done, so she took the blood test, then we went and sat out in the truck for half an hour until the blood test come back, and thankfully they were clear. His glucose was slightly high, but she said that can be like when they're under stress, which he would be having to go to the vets. But everything else was fine, thankfully. So she's given him an injection to bring his temperature down, and then I have to put this on his food. And in other news, this spot keeps coming back on the same place. I need to have something else to eat before I do anything. Didn't even realise it.
Not getting involved in STEM, not getting involved in science and math.
Press record there. So it's some time later. Quite a bit time later actually. What have I been doing? I always find, see when I get knocked out of either routine or what I have been planning to do, it throws me off for forever. Well, not forever, that's a bit dramatic. But I made, what have I been doing today? It's now 3:30. I made some eye cream. I got through my emails actually. And then I have just been out, so I had to go to Tesco, and I thought, I tell you what, because I need to get steps in, I'll park at Tesco, go into town, go to Costa, and whatever. So, but of course I ended up getting distracted by various things, didn't I? So, is this person letting me go? I'm just going anyway. I did walk into town, and I did get Costa, and I also went to Marks and Spencer's, and I also went to the Works and had a wee look, because I've not been there for a while. Didn't get any books, because I was looking at my bookcase earlier on and I had that panic of there was too many books in the world and not enough time to read them in. And then I actually went to Tesco, which was the original point of me going out already. Bearing in mind I left like about 2 hours ago. And the weather can't decide what it's doing, because it has been, for this morning it was absolutely chucking it down. Then thankfully when I walked into town it was sunny, then it was raining again, and then now it's sunny again. And I'm boring myself talking about the weather. But I just nipped into being in there because they do the coffee syrup that I like, and now I'm on my way home. I can't actually remember the point of me telling you all this, but here you go. I'm just feeling really grateful that I can do things like this, like, you know, being able to take Harry to the vet whenever I need to, or like if I want to go out to the supermarket in the middle of the day, then I can. Really, really lucky. Good morning from a very crisp Wednesday morning. My truck has been dropped off to get what I presume is a DPF filter done. And I am walking back, and then I was wondering why I was feeling so hungry, but I realised I haven't had my breakfast and my battery's running out. I'm back. This is a separate occasion. I promise I'm not still wandering the streets from this morning. I just forgot to change my battery when I got home. But I am now, I think it's nearly 2 o'clock. I'm now on my way to my counselling session. Still haven't heard anything about my truck, but at least I'll get my steps in. I actually, after I'd been to drop my truck off, I can't remember if I told you, I went into Darnell and I managed to get some frames for my prints that I got in Sky. Although I think I'm going to have to get a bit creative with some blue tack, because they're not quite the right size. How did I meet this? You're still really... Don't know if you saw him there. A man in a mobility scooter on the pavement. Nearly took me out. Anyway, I just popped into the my little local shop to get a Monster, and I must order far too much unvinted, because the first thing he said to me was, "Have you got a parcel to pick up today?" And I actually do. I think it's my Miranda book that I ordered, but I wanted to wait so I don't need to carry it, so I'll go back in the way home. Hold on, did I actually say that what the point of me coming on here was? That I'm going to counselling, but I'm thinking of putting my big girl pants on and telling her that I actually think I am now at the stage where, rather than having like regular scheduled or booked in sessions, I'll just arrange appointments as and when I need them. Because, to be honest, I don't really know what we're going to talk about today. And yes, I know I have fluctuating emotions and whatever else, but I kind of feel like, and I felt like the last few sessions, we just keep going over the same ground. And yeah, and to be honest, like today, like it's at 2:30 today, which is not ideal timing because it's smack bang in the middle of my day, and it kind of interrupted. I'd got into like a flow of working before I come out there, and obviously I need to come out, and by the time I come out, so say it's like it's technically meant to be an hour, but our sessions usually go on for about an hour and a half, so that's 4 o'clock. The time I've walked home, and then I'll need to get my truck at some point, and you know what I mean, like and I know that I keep saying the times that I don't want to go is the times when I really should go, so like today I didn't really want to go, but I feel like there's a difference between resistance and not wanting to go. What am I trying to say here? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like proper resistance in terms of you've got things going on that you know will be painful to talk about, so you don't want to go in that sense. That's when it's important to go. Whereas like today, I don't want to go because, I mean, I might be wrong, we might have loads to talk about, and today might be a breakthrough day, I don't know. I don't know. I'll let you know how we get on after. I don't know what's going on. I'm in my counselling office and all her stuff is here. And my appointment was meant to start 20 minutes ago and she's not here. And her phone's here, so it's not like I can text her. I don't know what to do. Well, that was a bit of a palaver. So I decided to leave shortly after I filmed that last clip. And I went out the front door and all I heard was this chapping on the window. And it was Maria, one of the therapists that work in the building. She's like, "Mimi's been waiting down the stairs for you." And I'm like, "Well, I've been waiting upstairs in her room this whole time." And Mimi was like, "I came up into the room twice and you weren't there." And I'm like, "Well, I can assure you I've been there since 25 past." So back cross wires. But we had the session. As predicted, it was just a kind of general chat. Admittedly, I didn't say to her about postponing sessions, but Next time she messages me about booking in, I'll say to her then. And now I'm currently wandering the streets like a headless chicken because I've still not heard back about my truck. And we all know that Swords Law, if I were to walk home now, they're likely to phone just as I get in the front door. So I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna go and get something to eat from Tesco, and then maybe look in TK Maxx or something. See, I knew I was right not to go home because the garage just phoned me. Well, rather, I phoned the garage and the guy was like, "Oh, I was just about to phone you." But I went to TK Maxx, was very good, and only got my plantain chips and a book that I've wanted forever. It's the Dawn of Onyx book. At one point I did have an armful of other stuff, but I put them back. I don't think I'm going to train tonight. Originally the plan was to train, but number one, I'm still tired. Number two, I've still got things I want to do. And yes, I could technically go and train back, but I'll just do that on Friday, I think. I am about to do something I have no idea what to do about, or no knowledge of, rather, which is create... Can you hear that? I don't know if that's Billy singing or something he's watching on the TV. Anyway, I'm on Canva. And Les has given me... Well, I asked him for a template and he said I didn't have a template, and he's given me a very, very basic kind of outline to follow. So yeah, I'm on this. Let's see what this one looks like. I might be here for some time. Might try that one actually. Right, here we go. Hello, happy Thursday already. Like my jumper. I forgot I had it actually. I've got a bit of a headache, literally and figuratively. I am... So this whole investment thing, nothing is ever as easy as it seems, is it? So Les has sent me... So I'd sent my cash flow spreadsheet to my accountant, because I have no idea in terms of like business value, share exchange, whatever. And it's all to do with like how much the business, like turnover, whatever it is. Blah, blah, blah. And yeah. And I am so lucky that Les, my mentor, like his line of business is getting companies into investment ready shape as such. So I'm just looking at this email here and it's like 2 pages long, and I'm going to have to print it out and highlight it. And then I'm like, see, nothing's ever simple. Like, I want to get I'm determined to get the pitch deck that I was working on yesterday. I'm going to get like the first draft of that and sent to Les and Lorraine first to make sure that I'm on the right track and what I'm doing is the right thing. And then I think I'll go and get a coffee and then I'll read through this. I also feel like, I do have a list as long as my arm here today. And my cleaner is coming at 12 o'clock. I was saying to Mum, I'm actually so excited to actually have a clean house again. I know it's potentially an unnecessary expense, but it's not unnecessary to me, is all I can say. So that's where we are right now. This spot is still doing my head in. Look at it. It's one of those things, it's all people talk, like they talk to the spot rather than to me when they're talking at me. I mean, at least it's in like the middle of my face. So, it would be worse if it was like my chin, or... I used to hate that. Who was it? There was a girl I was at school with, and she used to always like look at people's lips when she was talking to them, and it used like, see when she did it to me, it used to freak me out. I hate it. Random, but true. Anyway, I'm procrastinating again. Bye. Oh, why am I so blue? Spot's still there. Why do I look blue and blotchy? That's weird. Anyway, a lot of time has passed since I last spoke to you. Harry, I'm pleased to report, is back to his usual exasperated, bossy, complaining self. Oh, I'll be back. I'm back. Again, it's been some time. Well, not some time. Not quite as long as it was before. But I was feeding the cats and doing the washing up and whatever. But I have, you can't really see because I've tied it up, but I have been to, I got my first draft of the pitch deck done and sent off to Les, my mentor, and I went and got my hair blow dried. And then, because I finished there about 6:15, so I decided to go straight to the Park Hotel, and I took my laptop with me and I sat and I did the email. Remember the email I said earlier on that was confusing me? I'd printed off, so I sat and I went through that with a highlighter, and then I went back to Les with my side of questions, because some of it I was like, you're going to have to explain this to me like for dummies. And then it was time for Glee Club, which is basically when like my mum and everyone comes. There was a couple of times tonight where I felt almost a bit uncomfortable, because now dry January is over for a lot of people. The drink is obviously back in. And I have always said, like, each to their own, whatever. But see, if I'm honest, I don't like the effect that drink has on people. Like, they think they're being really funny and whatever, but it's just embarrassing sometimes. So I was kind of glad when I decided it was home time. But anyway, I have came home to, I should really go to bed, it's like 11:10. So, I don't know if you remember or if I told you, but when I was younger, my gran, so my dad's mum, had these little houses. And when I was up in Skye, like ornaments, and when I was up in Skye, I'm holding on to this box because this is relevant to my story. When I was up in Skye, they had some of them in the apartment I was staying in. And I had put it up in my Instagram story, and my friend Sam replied back saying they're called Lilliput Lane houses. And she went, you can get them on like Vinted and eBay. I got a job lot of them, didn't I? So even though I should really go to bed, I thought we could unbox them quickly. So let me, when am I best putting you on the knife? I don't even remember how many I've got, to be honest. First one is Fisherman's Bothy. What do you think, Jack? Can I just say, editing me is going to hate this because I can never... It's a faff him to cut out all the in-betweeny bits, but... So sorry, editing Melanie. Doesn't even have a sticker. A teeny tiny cottage. Puddlebrook. Oh, it's like a little thatched cottage. Riverview. Oh, a little wishing well. Oh, 1988. It's my year, my birth year. Buttercup Cottage. Aww. April Cottage. Oh, that's relevant as well because my birthday's April. I wish I could remember what ones my gran had. I feel like she had ones like this little one, but there's actually so many that I couldn't tell you. Well, this is a kind of bigger one, I think. Aww. England's smallest inn. Aww. Holy moly. Hey, I did really well with these. I know they don't have boxes, right, but I got all of these, however many there are, for 20 quid. What's this one? The Farriers. It's just the detail on them that's so lovely. I have absolutely no idea where I'm going to put these. Future me can deal with that. Mrs. Pinkerton's post office. I have been watching this on eBay. Oh, and it's got a little bike. Oh. Is this the last one? Oh no, two more. Oh, this one looks familiar with the white. Yes, I remember this little back. My gran definitely had this. What is this? Clare Cottage. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, jeez, don't drop it. It's fine. What do you think? Now, what is my favourite? I think it's actually going to have to be Clare Cottage because I do remember my gran having this one. And I remember, like, you know, when you're young and you've got such a good imagination and you used to make up stories, I distinctly remember playing with that one. The detail in them is just amazing. I also love, so I love Clare Cottage and I also love the post office. I mean, look at the little brick wall and the wee bike.
I will try my very best.
Look at that weird thing in the sky.
We'll see about that.
Glorious. Oh, you can't even see me. Can you see me? So it's Friday. I am at the gym. I've had one client, Caroline, in. I've got Laura in next. I can actually see her. She's sitting over in my car over there. But I'm having my pre-workout because after Laura, I'm going to train back. Then I've got salmon, and then I've got a new client, Deborah, who's starting. And then I'm actually desperate to go home and edit my Sky vlog, which I'm really looking forward to. Like, it feels like forever ago that I was there. And I'm still sad that I'm not there. My counsellor was actually asking me, like, if I would ever move to somewhere like Sky. I could actually see me living somewhere like that. Away from people. Sometimes I do kind of find it ironic that I'm a personal trainer because I'm not really a people-y person, but I like my clients, so that's why it works. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. I've reached peak old ageness. I've got my heated blanket thing in, which has been needed by the cats. I've got my cup of tea. I've got my chocolate. And I'm about to import the Sky vlog footage and maybe start editing it. But I'm tired. So I've also got my book here. And there's also a strong chance I might get into bed. Although I need to do the washing up and do things. Oh, didn't realise it was at this angle. Mum actually bought me this ages and ages ago. I forgot I had it. But a 10 out of 10 recommend. I don't need people to go. Hello. Happy Saturday. From a somewhat chilly but serene Irvine. I've had a lovely day so far. I think it's about, don't know what time it is now. Time are we? Bear with. 10 to 2. So I went and got my nails done this morning, caught up with Hayley, and it took a lot longer because she was soaking off the builder gel and on my nails, and it just was refusing to come off. So I've just got shellac on now, and then I just took a notion to go to Grow, and I'm very glad that I've got my big jacket on because I was sitting outside. But I thought to take my book with me, so it was really nice. I just sat and I had my brunch and a couple of cups of tea, and I'm making my way through my book. I'm actually thinking I'll try and finish it today because I'm so tired. I've got my... Oh, look at these ponies and carts. Yeah, I've taken my period and it's really, like, I've got really bad cramps. And I'm doing, well, bad for me. I'm very fortunate that I don't really... I've got kind of normal periods and that, to be honest, they don't give me too much trouble. But it's that way, I just feel really bloated and painful, and I think an actual proper day of not doing very much is genuinely called for. As much as I'm already been like, right, I need to do this and I need to do that, and when I get home I could do this, and nah. I'm in the next clearance store. It's a bit of a jumble sale, to be honest. I like this. It's nearly midnight and I have stayed up to finish Onyx Storm, and I think I need to process everything. Yeah, I have so many questions, and I'm so glad that I've got Fantasy Fangirls podcast who do all these deep dives and stuff, because there's a lot that my brain can't process. But I'm going to bed. But I'm just here to tell you that I finished it. Thankfully, spoiler alert, Tiernan is still alive. That's the most important thing. Good morning. Happy Sunday. I am so sleepy again today. I don't know what's going on. Like, I wake up and it's not like I feel refreshed. I just feel exhausted. I think it might be through my period, to be honest, but I don't know. I'll tell you what, it's like 11. I signed up for a Megan Rose Lane. If you follow her on Instagram, you know all about it. Sorry, distracted talking about Megan Rose Lane. I was just saying what she's saying we should do. I need to sort that. I'm doing a workshop. It's called Get the Beep Out Your Own Way, and it's basically a lot of like shadow work and that kind of thing. So it's like facing the fears and patterns keeping you stuck, owning what you truly desire, dismantling the self-sabotage that's holding you back, activating your boldest, most unapologetic self. We'll do it through powerful meditation, shadow work, EFT tapping and a Kali activation to burn away what's no longer serving you. So we'll see how that goes.
Make sure if you've got headphones, that's ideal. If not, don't worry. Some water, a drink to keep you hydrated, tissues. We're doing some deep shadow work, so tissues is always a good idea. And for the...
Well, that was amazing but intense. I now feel even more exhausted. I cried a lot during it, which I was kind of expecting, but not really. I didn't, because I don't consider myself someone that, you know, goes into meditations and whatever and cries, but I cried. We did 11 journal questions during it, and it was amazing, some of the stuff that actually came up for me. And then we did a round of like EFT tapping, which is emotional freedom technique tapping, which I already do, but that round was really good. And what else did we do? Kali, goddess Kali, like activation meditation at the end, which was also really good. And throughout it I felt fine, but as I say, I just feel like and I do actually need to go to the supermarket this afternoon, which was a rookie mistake in my behalf. I should have done it when I was out yesterday. But, oh god. And it was quite interesting because one of the things that come up for me was obviously we would talk about our inner child, which I have, but we did a lot of work around like, you know, like fear and what do you fear about things happening, not happening, blah blah blah. And actually the fear aspect for me, so I think like the ego side of things, I actually was thinking about it in terms of being like a sister relationship, like big sister, little sister relationship, and how a bit like with sisters, they can drive you absolutely crazy, but you also know that you love them and you would do anything for them. So I thought that was quite interesting, because obviously for that to sort of come through for me, because obviously everyone talks about the inner child, but I now think of these things as two separate things, or I suppose three, because there's like me, whoever I am, then my inner child, and then this kind of sister aspect. So yeah, that was eye-opening. But now I'm tired, but I'm also hungry, so I've made myself some porridge. Guess who just spent 47 quid in pets at home?
Tell me what to do for break. And then the next week I see on myself.
Clue. Me. And I bought some very expensive food for them, so they better like it. Right. Now that I've finished Onyx Storm, I can officially start going through the Fantasy Fangirls podcasts on it. I'm going to go to Burger King. I fancy some nuggets. 2 changes of plan. The only vegan option they do is a vegan royale, and I'm going in to get it because I need the toilet. God's sake. I just decided while I was sitting in the car park to upload this video because it's something that I've been thinking about for a while, but then didn't really think anything of it when I was uploading it. To you today. This is a quick one. I have made the executive decision as a brand and a company going forward, we will no longer be using the term anti-aging, because quite frankly it is a privilege to get older, it is a privilege to age, it is a privilege to wake up every day, and a lot of people don't get to age. Bear with us while we go through our website, listings, marketing, so on and so forth, and remove this term. That's my pledge to you today. And it's been received so well. I don't know what I was expecting otherwise, but it just shows you some things like hit different. I need to go into Asda now. I get to go into Asda. I'm very lucky. That's the way to look at it, and I've got my coffee with me. And I've been to the toilet. I'm just on to sign this off because I'm hormonal. I've been watching animal videos on Instagram again. This one set me off. And my battery's dying, so thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. And hopefully I'll be not crying. Bye.